Hey guys, good afternoon. I don't have my good mic attached right now because it's down on the other side of the floor panel and I don't feel like reaching for it or pulling over for it. And we're inside the car. We're going to see how the GoPro audio sounds. It's probably okay, fingers crossed. So I want to give a little bit of an update as to the status of the M3. I now have 125,261 miles on the car as I drive back home. I guess most recently, or most notable, as of late, I had the BE rod bearings installed with OE rod bolts by RRT out in Dulles or Sterling, Virginia. I'm not sure which. It's like right by the Dulles airport there. So check those guys out. If you're in the area and you need BMW work done, probably the best BMW shop in the entire mid-Atlantic. So yeah, got the BE bearings, and with that out went all the fears of tracking this car. And speaking of tracking, I did just that this past weekend. Before I did this track day, I went ahead and found a set of PFC 08 pads, not just for the front, but all around. I did all four corners with those pads, and I got them for less than $400 for both corners, or both front and rear, from Apex Performance. They do a lot of stuff with Porsche, but they also had BMW pads, and they had a little discount code that I used, so I got those for a pretty good price. So yeah, new fresh BE rod bearings hopefully solves all the rod bearing issues with this engine. The PFC 08 pads, I did Type 200 ATE Type 200 fluid. Still got the stock lines, although I do have stainless braided lines sitting at the house. I just hadn't put them on. Maybe I'll do that next year. You can probably hear the brakes squealing. They're pretty loud on the street. So the track day that we did, or that I did, was on Veterans Day with a group run by Miriam Scotland, and the event was called Helmets Off to Heroes. Come on, guy. Helmets Off to Heroes for veterans. And though I am not, I did get an invite to go. So squeeze out here. Wouldn't be a video without a little pull, right? Still love the way this car sounds. Got a lot of compliments at the track day about that too. But yeah, I thought we were going to be running Summit Point, Maine, but it turns out that we were actually at people looking around like, fix your brakes, dude. So yeah, I thought we were going to be at Summit Point, Maine, but it turns out we were actually at the I almost said Shenandoah Circuit. No, the Jefferson Circuit, the original config, kind of like this long L-shaped. It's not terrible. It's good for like a beginner course. On this car, I was managing to ring out the top of third gear, which is like what, 110 or something like that. Now they did have an extended back portion of the track that looked pretty cool, but unfortunately we did not get to do that with this day. It was more like a beginner's intro to track days, and before you actually had track time in the afternoon, there was a braking exercise, slalom exercise, and skid pad. So yeah, it would have been nice to have all track time through the day, but for the event that it was, I think it was pretty good. And I ended up getting a solid 45 minutes of track time in between two sessions, so not bad at all. The PFC 08 pad, so this is kind of funny. During the braking exercises and the morning exercises, they felt perfectly fine, but when I got out on track the first session, when I applied the brakes, I got a lot of judder through the steering wheel, and I was thinking, crap, did I just not get these pads bedded in properly? And I was getting so much vibration. Turns out I was just kind of being a pussy and really needed to stomp on the brakes to get some heat into them. And after that, the second session, unfortunately I didn't record the second because I was so pissed off about the feeling of the brakes after the first. I took off all my GoPro equipment, but I did get a little bit from the first, which I will show you.
be a full third. Yeah, try full third.
So the second session out, so much better, so much confidence in the brakes. That said, the brakes easily overwhelm the Michelin Pilot Super Sport tires. So it was very, very easy to get into ABS with those pads. But what I really wanted to say was this car is a fantastic track car, pretty much out of the box. I mean, granted, I do have a couple mods. The Swift Sport Springs, or Swift Spec R Springs. I do have EDC. I ran with full traction control off. I got Michelin Pilot Super Sports, I already said that, with the stock tire sizes on the 18, so 245s, 265s. And I got the Dynon exhaust. It doesn't really make a difference there, but the car felt really good on the track. I did have about, I remember my alignment specs, I think it was anywhere between 1.8 and 1.9 degrees negative front camber, and then in that 1.7-ish ballpark rear camber. And with that, with those settings, the car did feel real good. I was able to apply full throttle through some of the sweepers in third, and it just kind of hung right on there. The brakes did fantastic. Granted, you know, I was only going 110, so if we were at Maine braking from 130 or something like that down the straight, who knows if it would have been a bit different. But for your slower, smaller tracks with your smaller straights like Shenandoah or Jefferson, the PFC 08s were money. I know not a lot of tracks are like that. A lot of them have longer straights, but just for what it was, very pleased with the PFC 08s. So that is my update. Did a first track day. I'm definitely looking forward to doing some more track days in 2017. I probably will try to get probably some different wheels and a little bit larger, wider front tires. But other than that, good times, good times. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and please, if you like it, subscribe. Hopefully 2017 will be awesome. And if you did not know, I'm going to throw this in there, I do own a site called Right Foot Down. So if you haven't checked them out, check it out. It's kind of all things automotive. We get reviews and do some stuff on tuner cars, so check them out too. All right, cool. Thanks for watching. See you later.